I've never been on this stage. I'm normally down here, but I want to make sure people can see you. Our boy's from Michigan, folks. That's the most important thing you need to know. And this morning, and just to get everybody acquainted, because not everybody knows you. Most of the people in here at some point have recognized, met you, or that kind of thing. Tell us before earthquake, prior to earthquake, what you've been doing in Haiti for how many years, and your call to Haiti, and your love life for the Haitian people.
Okay, well, let me say one thing real quick, because I will sure not forget. You're really taking a chance, because this is like the first time I've only been back about a week, and this is my first time actually in front of a church. And I kept, when all this happened in Haiti, there wasn't the time or the opportunity to process or work through things. So some of it may just happen right here.
Another family, man.
So at any rate, Brother Rob's taking a little chance there. We don't have a missionary meltdown here. And then add to that, I have a bunch of very dear friends here. So people that I've known for 30 years, people that I used to be a youth pastor and they were kids, and now their kids are the age that we all were, and they're all taller. And to see them serving the Lord after all these years, that's an awesome experience. And I'm looking around, I see people from all these different chapters coming together. And it's an awesome thing. Something I believe only God can do. And I am torn between here and Haiti, but I do have a solution. We just need to box all this up and bring it down, because this is more joy than I can handle. And I think this needs to get to a lot of other people who you won't get to see here. I would love for them to feel that. So anyway, I do want to say thank you. I'm surprised and overwhelmed. What I do in Haiti, I went down there on a short-term trip with no inclination, no desire to be a missionary. I just went and visited. We liked to minister. We enjoyed going places. We used to go to soup kitchens and nursing homes and jails and detention centers and even churches. And but we did a lot of ministering, and an opportunity opened up basically for us to go to Haiti. And again, it wasn't a matter of going to see, maybe I'd like to be a missionary. I already knew the answer, and it was no. And for a lot of reasons, I really thought you had to have electricity to live. And it wasn't a bonus. And not to mention that in Haiti they don't speak English, and a lot of countries, believe it or not, they don't speak English. There's a lot of countries out there that have not caught up. And I would have never dreamed that I don't think the day would come that I would be speaking another language, talking to a bunch of people that I hadn't known. But at any rate, we do serve an awesome God, a very awesome God. And when He puts you in the road, just go. And so I went. I left jumps in my heart every time I went. I think I got to the point I had more there than I had here. And so ultimately I went, and I planned to go and stay a couple months, and ended up turning into 15 years so far. So that's awesome.
So what have you been doing for the past 15 years until 7 weeks ago?
Yeah, there's a big difference. Until 7 weeks ago, we have several schools in Haiti. We got some that we started from scratch. We have some that we help. We have others that we help on and off. I don't really know, that there's several thousand kids in our sphere. We work with these kids clubs. There's over 30 of those, and there's 2,000 just in various kids clubs, which meet once a week, and we just have like a vacation Bible school. We don't go to every one of them every week, but we visit different ones on Saturday. Most of them are on Saturdays. We got food programs. We got a clinic. What's really wild is that I think everything I'm telling you now is going to be old news, because the way it looks right now, everything I'm telling you is going to triple or quadruple at this point. We built a little clinic to take care of scratches and wounds and maybe occasional malaria. It looks like it's going to end up, we're going to be doing minor surgery in there, delivering babies, and Mayo Clinic's donated a bunch of stuff. I won't get ahead. But at any rate, that's basically what we've been doing. And for me, the basis of it all has been not to just do things, not to just be a social worker, but to try to connect with the people there, to have a relationship. So I don't just see the Haitians. I know a lot of these people by name. They're my friends, just like people here are my friends. And you can do that, even though they're from another country. You can be friends with them just like you're friends with people here. And that's part of what makes me, well, a big part of what makes me stay down there, because I've been there through lots of things. Now this one takes the cake. My hat's off to the earthquake. This is the worst thing that's happened, and it's going to be a hard act to follow. I've been there during coup d'etats. I've been there during hurricanes. I've been there during floods. I've been there during droughts. I've been there through all kinds of stuff. Maxo, I call him George Martino's son, guy that works with me. He lives in the house there. And I remember one day when they were shooting all over the place, and they were in the middle of anarchy and coup d'etat, and he was willing to go down to this little store and get some food for us, but there had been too much shooting. I told him, no, I don't think it's a good time to go, but we had like 20 minutes with no shooting outside. And he said, I think they're done now. He just had said that. Okay, stay in here. Good friend. It's just the things we've been through down there. So, but God has been faithful through all of it. And when it's time, I mean, I don't know how many times I thought I was going to die. And not because I'm scared, I'm going to die. But you're in a more real world. You know, America is part real, but it's a lot artificial as well. We're just shielded from so much here. In Haiti, you're not shielded. Everybody's seen people die in Haiti. You see bodies in the street. People have, you know, all kids have seen people. How old were you? Your cousin died, and you had to help prepare him for the funeral. How old were you? That's that. Thinking Ethan, Nevin, he was 8, 9 years old. He had to help dress his cousin up for his funeral. I mean, it's not hidden in Haiti the way it is here, and so you're more conscious. Life and death. I've seen babies born. Actually saw the head. That was good enough for me. But I've also seen people die. I've been right there, right when they were at the end. So everything's just kind of out in the open there. It's a very different life there. But anyway, God has blessed me in the sense that I feel I have a humongous family in Haiti. I'm very attached to a lot of people there. It doesn't matter how much I love them, they can always give it back and some. So it's been awesome. It's been an awesome life. I wouldn't trade it. If I died right now and just had the 15 years I lived in Haiti, I feel like I've already lived more than most people live in a lifetime. So.
If you followed, it's interesting because I remember when the bullets were flying, and he used to write these blogs and how scared he was. And that was intense, reading those things. But everything, obviously, I feel like Geraldo right now. I should have grown out the gray mustache. But everything...
Well, I'll try to be better than Al Capone.
Something will be there. But everything obviously changed in January. I think everybody in this room will remember where they were when we received the word. Jay called me and asked if I knew what was going on in the news, turned on CNN, and all this chaos happening in Port-au-Prince and the surrounding areas. So tell us about that day specifically and how your life changed.
That was a wild, very wild day. This is going to be hard. There are so many things to learn from it. There's so many feelings involved. One biggie is that the whole world can change in 35 seconds. And it came from nowhere. You know, when a hurricane comes, you can watch it here, you can see it on the news, you can follow it till it gets to your house. You're not trying to run away. We know when it's raining, it gets harder, it keeps raining, okay, we may have floods. You see the skies getting dark, the wind's blowing, lightning, thunder, you kind of have a warning something's going to happen. There's no warning for an earthquake. Nothing. It was a typical, beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. It was sunny like it is here today. There was nothing unusual about the day. There's no possible earthquake warning today. But nothing. Nobody talked about it. The last time Haiti had a real earthquake was 200 years ago. and nobody even remembers an earthquake. And the way it all unfolded, we were in different places, and this is amazing too, because I'll tell you, you could take all these people from Haiti, and they all have a story, where they were, what they were doing, what they fell over into, what, you know. For me, it wasn't real glorious. It was just a bunch of us sitting around talking in a room, and I was getting sleepy. It was after 4:30, it wasn't 5 o'clock yet. And I was laying on this bed thing right at the edge of it, and I kind of dozed off, and everybody else was still sitting around talking. And the way I remembered it, and I'm telling you based partly on what I remember and what witnesses said, all of a sudden there's a rumble, and things start, and it just